Yo, chat. Bro, we got an interesting video today. We got Juice WRLD still alive. Well, like, we don't know if he's still alive or not, but it's going viral that he might be still alive, bro. So we finna react to this and see what he's talking about.
We all saw this Juice WRLD collapsing at Midway Airport in 2019. That was the end, or so we thought, because now a disturbing new video just surfaced online, and fans swear it shows Juice WRLD alive. And honestly, it's not that crazy to believe. Even his girlfriend has cast doubt on the official story. So what's really going on? Let's break it down. What's in the footage? There's a video going viral right now that has fans of Juice WRLD absolutely losing their mind. Not because it's nostalgic, not because it's emotional, but because it appears to show Juice WRLD alive after his reported death. This isn't some random TikTok edit or poorly faked deepfake. This is raw, grainy, vertical phone footage, and it's spreading like wildfire, especially on Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. People are saying it's Juice WRLD. The tattoos match, the voice sounds identical, the setting suspiciously familiar. Now here's the kicker. According to multiple users who claim to have known insiders from Juice's circle, the footage was recorded after December 8, 2019, the date Juice WRLD allegedly died from a seizure following a drug overdose at Chicago's Midway Airport. And if that's true, then we're not just talking about a case of mistaken identity. We're talking about one of the most shocking cover-ups in modern music history. Because if Juice WRLD didn't die that day, then who organized the memorials? Who signed the death certificate? And who has been profiting from his estate ever since? This video is about to take you into the dark underbelly of fame, conspiracy, and deception. And before we even scratch the surface of this disturbing mystery, we need to look at the person who may have accidentally blown the lid off the whole thing, his girlfriend, WRLD. Because months ago, she went viral for saying something no one expected to hear from the person closest to Juice in his final days.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. You guys think he died from a drug overdose? You're wrong! You're wrong! Literally, you're wrong!
That wasn't some clickbaited live stream. That was WRLD on camera.
Wait, whoa. Nigga, Lucid Dreams is still alive, nigga? I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I get. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, nigga. 999 still alive, bro. It's up. Like, he need to start dropping music, bro. I forgive you for lying, for, like, faking it. I don't even care, bro. Like, just start dropping music, bro. That ass. If this surface you, bro, Juice WRLD, come back. Start dropping more music. Please. Please.
Saying it directly to Juice WRLD's fans. And the internet responded how you might expect. Half disbelief, half denial, and full-blown chaos.n. But for those paying attention, that was the first crack in a story that always felt just a little too clean, a little too convenient. And once you start pulling at that thread, the whole thing starts to unravel. Let's rewind a little. Juice WRLD, born Jared Higgins, exploded into global stardom with his breakout track, Lucid Dreams, in 2018. But unlike other SoundCloud rappers of the era, Juice had range, melodic flow, brutal honesty, a talent for freestyling that left even industry veterans stunned, but he also had demons, deep ones.
But that's, okay. I don't really know a part, like, really about the demon part, but the freestyling part, yes, he was a GOAT, bro, no cap. He was a GOAT. Now, aside from the negative part, that's, we all have our own, like, shadow side. We all have our own negative side to deal with, bro. Everybody does. So I'm not finna judge nobody on none of that. He was a great artist, though. Like, a great artist, bro. Like, no cap. Not gonna lie, bro. He needed, bro. If he comes back, bro, it's...
His lyrics weren't just catchy. Many now sound like prophecies, cries for help, warnings in plain sight. When he rapped lines like, "What's the 27 club? We ain't making it past 21," he wasn't exaggerating. He died just 6 days after turning 21. The official story is this. On December 8th, 2019, Juice WRLD's private plane landed at Chicago's Midway Airport. Authorities, tipped off about drugs and weapons on the flight, were waiting. Juice, reportedly panicked, swallowed multiple Percocet pills to hide them. Moments later, he collapsed. He was rushed to a nearby hospital, where he was pronounced dead.
Wait. Yo, so he could actually still be here. Like, hear me out. He said Juice WRLD panicked for, like, I guess somebody was coming or something. Like, hold on, what did he say? He said Juice WRLD panicked.
December 8th, 2019, Juice WRLD's private plane landed at Chicago's Midway Airport. Authorities, tipped off about drugs and weapons on the flight, were waiting.
Okay, authorities were waiting. And Juice WRLD panicked and popped.
Reportedly panicked, swallowed multiple Percocet pills to hide.
And he swallowed multiple Percocet pills. That don't sound, bro. Juice WRLD too talented, bro. He too smart for that. He too smart for that. There's no way he did that, bro. There is no actual way. Like literally, there's like, it don't matter. Like wouldn't you rather like get caught? I mean, it's too like there's so many like. Isn't there a toilet on the plane? Right? Isn't there like a toilet on the plane, game? Swallowing them is crazy. Like you just, nah. I don't know, bro. It's something fishy about that story.
Them. Moments later, he collapsed. He was rushed to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced dead, case closed, but not for everyone, because since then, an avalanche of red flags has surfaced, and most of them start or end with Ali Lottie. In a sit-down interview with No Jumper, Ali revealed that even before Juice passed, things weren't adding up. Management was allegedly keeping them apart. His mental health was declining, and despite being the person closest to him, she was completely shut out of decisions following his death. She even claimed there were people who didn't want the truth about Juice's final days getting out.
There's a lot of shit y'all don't know that I grieve through myself while I let y'all grieve and talk mad on me.
What was she talking about? What did she mean by "you're wrong"? What if Juice WRLD didn't actually die? Now, if that sounds far-fetched, you're not alone. Faking your death is no small feat, but neither is rising to global fame before your 21st birthday. Juice was a once-in-a-generation artist, and some say a once-in-a-generation investment, because as tragic as it sounds, artists, especially ones that die young, can be worth more dead than alive. Albums sell out, streams skyrocket, merchandise explodes, labels and estates rake in millions. Just look at how Tupac, ASXXTentacion, and Pop Smoke's posthumous releases performed. Juice WRLD was no different. His posthumous album Legends Never Die debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and became one of the most streamed albums of 2020 according to this Billboard report. So let's ask the uncomfortable question: who stood to gain from Juice WRLD's death? Ali Lottie? Not really. Friends. Most of them were shocked, heartbroken, and some, like Lil Durk, were outright confused.
I thought it was fake though when I first seen it. It was being real.
That's one of the most successful Chicago artists alive saying his first reaction was, "This ain't real." That's not just shock, that's doubt. Even DJ Academics, who's often criticized for speculation, said that the people around Juice WRLD were always acting weird about his death. Stories changed, details were vague, timelines didn't quite add up. Then the footage dropped. Now, before we describe what's in the video, and yes, we have seen it, we have to say clearly, we are not claiming this proves Juice WRLD is alive. We're reporting on what's spreading, what's being said, and why people are paying serious attention. The clip is short, roughly 23 seconds, shot in what appears to be a recording studio or a bedroom setup. The person is seated, wearing a hoodie. You can't see their full face, but you can see a hand flash in front of the camera for a moment. And that hand, it has the exact same hand tattoos Juice WRLD was known for, including the 999. The voice sounds nearly identical, not just similar, like eerily spot on. And he's humming, almost like he's working on a song. The most chilling part? At the end of the clip, a voice in the background says something like, "Cut that off, bro. You know we're not supposed to be showing this." And then click, video ends. Was this a lookalike, AI audio, or something else entirely? The people who posted it claim it's real. Some say it was filmed in early 2020. Others say it's as recent as last year. No one knows for sure. But what they do know is this: if Juice WRLD is alive, it would change everything. Here's what makes this even more insane. This isn't the first time fans have claimed to spot Juice WRLD after his reported death. In the weeks following December 8th, 2019, a bizarre wave of alleged sightings began circulating online. First, a blurry image from what looked like a Walmart parking lot in LA. A man with dreads, hood up, face partially obscured, but with an unmistakable profile. That was quickly followed by a clip taken at a gas station in Arizona. Same kind of figure, ducking out of frame as soon as the camera panned. Each time, fans would comment the same thing: "Yo, that's Juice. That looks just like him. The tattoo is there, bro. That's the 999. At first, these were brushed off as coincidences, wishful thinking, the kind of denial that comes after losing someone too soon. But when
I'm not gonna lie, if he's still alive, bro, I gotta say this again, bro. Can we just all forgive him? Can we just forgive and forget and just like manifest the music out of him? They just get him to drop an album, bro. Just one album, so we can go back to doing what he was doing. I just want an album. That's it. I'm not asking too much.
Ali Lottie herself began hinting that the official story didn't match what really happened. People started listening, because if anyone would know the truth about Juice WRLD's fate, it's her. In a now deleted Instagram live, Ali said something else that floored fans. It wasn't subtle, it wasn't vague.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. You guys think he died from a drug overdose. You're wrong. You're wrong. Literally, you're wrong.
She said it 3 times, and in case anyone thought she was just emotional or misremembering events from grief, she doubled down in multiple interviews. She hinted there were certain things she wasn't legally allowed to say. She even claimed that if she told the truth, there were people who would try to kill her. So ask yourself, what's more likely? That Juice WRLD died from exactly what TMZ and the mainstream outlets reported, or that there's more to the story, and the people involved have a reason to keep it hidden? Let's talk about the inconsistencies. The official cause of death, as reported by the Cook County Medical Examiner, was oxycodone and codeine toxicity. In other words, an overdose. But that story was delayed. It took over a month for the toxicology results to be released. And when they were, they left out crucial details, like why emergency responders on the scene waited so long to administer naloxone, Narcan, the opioid reversal drug. According to early witness accounts, Juice had begun seizing long before paramedics stepped in. Some even say police were more focused on searching the plane than helping the unconscious rapper. So here's the question the internet won't let go. If someone was having a seizure, why was no immediate medical attention rendered? Why did airport personnel describe the response as disorganized? Why do several timelines from the scene conflict? And why would Ali Lottie go out of her way to say,
You're wrong. Literally, you're wrong.
if it wasn't because she knows something the public doesn't? We need to talk about motive. There's a reason so many conspiracy theories center around the music industry. The death of an artist, especially a young one, can generate massive profits. And Juice WRLD wasn't just a rising star. He was a machine. His streaming numbers were astronomical. His fan base, loyal and international. In the months following his death, his posthumous streams surged by 487%. Let me say that again, 487%. Within a single year, Juice WRLD's label reportedly made tens of millions in profit from Legends Never Die, an album he wasn't alive to promote, perform, or even approve. It broke Spotify records, sold out vinyls, Billboard #1. Critics praised it as haunting, honest, and heart-wrenching. And all of that in his absence. Let's not pretend that labels aren't aware of the value in posthumous artists, because they are. And some fans believe Juice WRLD may have known it too. That's where things get really dark. Right before his death, Juice WRLD gave several interviews where he sounded eerily self-aware. He spoke about the dangers of fame, his struggles with anxiety, his fears of being manipulated. In one chilling clip that fans have resurfaced, he jokes about faking his death just to escape it all. Was it just dark humor or a warning? Let's remember, Juice wasn't some naive 18-year-old when he blew up. He was sharp, he was business-minded, and above all, he was incredibly private.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all talking about he was scared that like authorities would come in and he just popped a bunch of Percocets. That does not sound believable. You just said it himself, bro. He was smart. A smart person's not doing that because they know there's consequences from popping a bunch of Percocets at one time. He knows this. He been doing this stuff, bro. I don't know, bro. It's something we don't know for sure. It's definitely something we don't know. But I'm not Mr. Investigate. Dr. Strange, nigga. I'm not. I don't even know if Dr. Strange got anything to do with investigating, but still, bro, you know what I mean? Come on, bro.
Most of his deepest lyrics weren't just reflections, they were revelations, clues, and now fans are dissecting every line. In his track Rich and Blind, Juice raps, "They tell me the death of me gon' be the Perkies. They want me gone, but I'm still breathing." Could that have been metaphorical? Sure. But to fans who now believe the viral footage is real, it's starting to sound like a confession. Even Lil Durk, who was close to Juice WRLD and openly discussed the aftermath of his death, showed visible doubt when asked about how he found out.
I thought it was fake though when I first seen it. It was being real. Cause this is, you know how Instagram be.
That's the thing. Even at the time, the people closest to Juice weren't fully convinced. And that's not a normal reaction to someone dying suddenly, unless there's a reason to suspect they didn't. So, let's lay this out clearly. A sudden death with a delayed toxicology report, inconsistent timelines at the airport, Ali Lottie going on record to say the overdose story is false, a viral video showing a man with Juice WRLD's exact tattoos, voice, and appearance, filmed after his death, an industry that profits from his absence, and a fan base that keeps spotting Juice in places no one can explain. Still think it's a stretch? If this is all just one massive coincidence, it would be the most elaborate, emotionally manipulative one in hip-hop history. But if it's not, if Juice WRLD is still alive, then what we're looking at isn't just a story. It's the biggest deception the music industry has ever pulled off. Who posted the footage? By now, we've established the viral video isn't just a throwaway hoax, it's a catalyst. Something so strange, so specific, and so convincing that even the most skeptical viewers are doing double takes. Because the resemblance isn't slight, it's identical. Same voice, same mannerisms, same tattoos, same aura. And while the original clip is now being aggressively removed from platforms like TikTok and Twitter, flagged for misinformation and impersonation, dozens of re-uploads are still floating in the algorithm's shadows. The caption on the original post, just 3 words: he's still breathing. The post was made by an anonymous user named @FlightRisk999, an account that had 0 followers before this and has since been banned. But not before Reddit, Twitter, and Discord users started archiving the clip and digging into the account's metadata. What they found sent chills down the community's spine. The upload timestamp read May 18th, 2024, exactly 1 day after Ali Lottie made a cryptic post to her story. In the post, she shared an old photo of Juice WRLD and herself at an undisclosed cabin with the caption, "Would do anything to go back to this moment, or maybe we never left." Fans didn't catch it at first, but once the video dropped, that caption hit different. And then there's what came next.
I don't know why his girlfriend looked like Geo a little bit, right? Am I tripping? His girlfriend looks like Geo, Playboy Cardi girlfriend. Am I tweaking her or not?
An unverified post appeared on the Juice WRLD subreddit just hours later, titled "Proof of Life, Ask Me Anything." The user, who claimed to have worked in post-production at a major recording studio in Atlanta, said they had been sitting on a hard drive of unreleased footage for almost 4 years. Footage that includes the now viral clip. According to them, the footage is real. And even worse, what you saw is just the beginning. There's an entire vault of content. He's not gone. He was hidden. U/stillalive999. The post was up for 11 minutes before being removed by mods. The user deleted their account immediately after. Let's talk about the footage itself. We had it analyzed by multiple video editors, 2 of whom specialize in spotting deepfakes. Their verdict? If this is fake, it's done with tools better than what's commercially available. Here's what you see. Juice, or someone who looks exactly like him, is sitting in front of a laptop and MIDI keyboard. Behind him is a white sound foam panel, one that fans later matched to photos of Juice's old studio space in Beverly Hills, as seen in behind-the-scenes clips from 2019. He's humming softly, almost like he's catching a melody, and then mutters something. It's hard to make out, but many fans hear him say, "It's all just numbers, bro, keep count." Numbers, like 999, then comes the infamous line, "Cut that off, bro. You know we not supposed to be showing this." It's not Juice saying it, it's someone off camera, someone who sounds older, deeper, maybe managerial. The clip cuts abruptly, but here's what sets this video apart from other conspiracy bait: the audio waveform. Audio engineers on Reddit broke down the voice pattern and compared it with archived stems from Juice's earlier freestyles, including his Tim Westwood freestyle, and guess what? The waveform pattern matched. Pitch, breathing cadence, tonality. And one engineer posted this chilling observation: if this is faked, then someone recreated his breathing pattern. That's almost impossible without biometric AI cloning, and we're just not there yet. At Mixbender89 on Reddit. Now let's zoom out for a second. The footage exists, the tattoo matches, the voice matches, and the timing right after Ali Lottie's cryptic message is not a coincidence. So the question becomes, who is behind the leak? Let's explore the theory that's gaining the most traction online. It starts with a name that most fans wouldn't recognize, but people inside the industry do. Carter Sims, a senior A&R rep who worked with multiple artists signed under Grade A Productions, Juice WRLD's label, and Interscope Records. Sims is known for managing vaulted content, negotiating posthumous releases, and perhaps most importantly, controlling who gets access to unreleased stems and visuals. According to leaked emails, yes, fans actually obtained these, Sims had been coordinating a potential surprise virtual performance in mid-2023 under a project titled The Revival Tapes. The proposal outlined the use of archived visual assets, holographic AI enhancement, and audio stem reconstruction to reintroduce Juice WRLD to his audience with minimal disruption. Minimal disruption. What does that mean? Is this just the industry trying to honor Juice with new tech? Or is it a carefully orchestrated unveiling of something more sinister? Because here's where things get insane. One of the production assistants listed on that project, a freelancer named Jason Kell, was also a verified Reddit user. And guess what his Reddit username was? U/stillalive999. Yeah, that post. Proof of life, ask me anything. Same IP as Kell's known burner account. Linked, verified, removed. And then Jason Kell disappeared. Not off the grid completely, but he deactivated every public-facing account and pulled his LinkedIn profile within 24 hours. No one has heard from him since. Let's dig even deeper into the industry pattern, because this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Far from it. Remember XXXTentacion? After his death, fans began posting footage they swore was new. Videos of him rapping lyrics that that hadn't been released. One fan even found Instagram lives that were saved under a private story nobody knew about. Videos that appeared to have been recorded after the reported date of death. Then there was Pop Smoke. Same thing. Dozens of alleged voice notes emerged, most dismissed as AI or fan edits, but several that included metadata from after February 2020. And now, Juice WRLD. 3 artists, all signed to major labels, all dying young, all followed by massive surges in posthumous content and earnings, and all linked in some capacity to Carter Sims. Is this a coincidence, or is this part of a more calculated effort, one where death becomes a narrative device used to maximize emotional impact and profit? Because if Juice WRLD is alive, if he was stashed away, preserved for marketing, posthumous branding, or worse, then what we're witnessing isn't just a glitch in the matrix, it's the curtain being pulled back. And now, thanks to this viral footage, the illusion may be collapsing. But before we go fully into tinfoil hat territory, let's pause. Let's take a breath. Let's acknowledge what this could be: a pre-recorded session, an unreleased studio clip from before December 2019, a body double used for AI reconstruction, a cruel hoax. But if this is a hoax, why remove the footage so aggressively? Why lock the accounts? Why issue multiple takedown strikes within minutes? And why has no one from Juice's label, family, or management publicly denied it? Where is the statement? Where is the official clarification? The silence is deafening, and fans, they're not waiting anymore. People affected by the fake footage. If Juice WRLD is alive, why would he stay hidden? And to answer that, we have to look in 2 directions: the personal trauma Juice was facing leading up to his alleged death, or the institutional machine that may have had more to gain from his disappearance than his survival. Let's start with what Ali Lottie described in her now notorious sit-down with no jumping. Not just the grief, not just the loneliness, but the controlled silence. According to Ali, she wasn't just mourning Jared Higgins. She was being told how to mourn him. She was watched, monitored, and threatened behind the scenes. In her words, everyone suddenly acted like he never existed when it came to telling the truth. When asked what she believed really happened, she hesitated. Then she said this: "There are things I literally can't say unless I want to go missing too." That's not the language of someone trying to stay relevant. That's the language of someone afraid. Afraid of what though? Well, it may have started before Juice WRLD died. Let's go back to late 2019. Juice had just gotten off tour. He was talking about taking a break from the spotlight. Close friends, including Lil Bibby and Lil Durk, have both mentioned in interviews that Juice was exhausted, under pressure, and dealing with stuff he couldn't talk about publicly. Even Ali confirmed that Juice was trying to change his lifestyle. He wanted to get clean. He wanted out. He was done with the drugs, done with the chaos, and possibly done being controlled by the label. Think about that. A young artist, trying to pull away, trying to take control, but the machine around him, not ready to let go. And that's when the story takes its darkest turn. If Juice WRLD was planning to go dark, if he was preparing to leave the industry entirely, what better way to do that than to die? Let's get real for a second. If Juice had simply vanished or retired, the public wouldn't have let him live in peace. The media would chase him. Paparazzi would follow. TMZ would dig until they found him. But if he died, the pressure stops. The narrative freezes in time. And suddenly the very thing he wanted, escape, becomes possible. Far-fetched? Maybe. But that's exactly what people believe happened to Tupac Shakur, a man who also predicted his own death, had deep industry enemies, and was allegedly spotted in Cuba years after being gunned down in Vegas. Here's the full report on those claims. Sound familiar? In both cases, a sudden traumatic death, conflicting witness testimonies, long delays before official reports, alleged sightings years later, and a massive spike in profit afterward. Juice WRLD himself was fascinated by Tupac. He referenced him in multiple freestyles. Fans are now resurfacing a 2019 interview where he said this: "Pac's story was crazy. He tried to tell us, but people don't want to hear the truth when it's inconvenient." Is that a coincidence, or was it foreshadowing? Because the viral clip, the one circulating now, isn't the only one. In the past week alone, 2 new clips have emerged in hidden corners of the internet. One, a dimly lit iPhone screen recording that appears to show Juice walking through a hallway with a hood over his head. No audio, no context, just one frame where he turns, and fans swear it's him. The second, even more disturbing, an unreleased track posted to a tiny SoundCloud account under the alias NNN_999. That includes this lyric: "Too many eyes on me, they'll never know where I've been, out of the game, still counting wins." That upload was taken down less than 10 minutes after being shared, but not before someone ran a spectrogram on the audio, the image file created by analyzing sound frequencies. Guess what they found? Coordinates. Buried in the audio waveform, there was a faint imprint of numbers that, when plugged into Google Maps point to a location just outside of Birmingham, Alabama. Why is that relevant? Because that's where Ali Lottie was reportedly living off-grid for nearly a year after Juice's passing. She admitted in the No Jumper interview that she moved there to get away from everyone who kept asking questions. And now Juice WRLD's possible leaked voices pointing to the same town, that's not a coincidence. That's a digital footprint. Now let's talk about the second leaker. We mentioned earlier that a Reddit user named u/stillalive999 posted briefly before vanishing. But there's a second account that's gotten much less attention, and that's exactly what makes it so important. The user, It's Coded, a low-profile account that posted exactly 5 comments in total, all of them on old Juice WRLD videos. And all of them were seemingly meaningless phrases like, pay attention to the left ear, vapor trail, bar 9, bar 9, bar 9. It's all symbols, listen backwards. Audio ghosts tell no lies. Creepy? Sure. But meaningless, right? Wrong. Fans quickly realized that bar 9 refers to the 9th bar of a song's verse, specifically Righteous, one of Juice WRLD's posthumous tracks. When reversed, slowed down, and isolated, the background reverb reportedly contains a faint whisper. One user extracted it, amplified it, and posted this: "Don't believe them, I'm okay." No attribution, no confirmation, just a whisper in the ether. And that's what makes this entire conspiracy so haunting. Not the proof, not the footage, not the eerie lyrics, but the possibility that Juice WRLD may be alive somewhere watching this all unfold, watching us grieve, watching us question, watching us try to decode the breadcrumbs he may have left behind, and staying silent because he has to. So what happens now? What do we do with all this? Because here's the thing no one wants to admit. If Juice WRLD is alive, we may never get confirmation. Too many people have something to lose. Too many NDAs, too many contracts, too much money still rolling in. And if it was staged, a long game disappearing act, or worse, a controlled vanishing by industry forces, then the truth won't just be hard to uncover. It'll be buried, like Juice himself, only this time, not in a coffin, but in layers of silence, censorship, and calculated confusion. And maybe, just maybe, that was the point all along. Thank you.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this is trippy, bro. What do y'all think about this? I'm sure the comments is gonna be flooded, but I'm gonna try to read every comment. I'm gonna try to read every comment, bro. Yo, I'm in shambles. Like, I don't know what to think. What do y'all think about this? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, bro. And I love y'all boys, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.